show and what it's going to bring in the very near future.
I know. Well, I walked the show before we got here on set, and let me tell you something. I feel like I'm somewhere else outside of Grand Bahama. The presentation that these exhibitors have put forth, today is absolutely amazing. Now, being the president of the chamber, having short, like you said, the chamber is all about business. Tell our budding entrepreneurs, our persons that are already in business, why should they join the chamber? What benefit is the chamber to them?
As I said, the chamber is all about business. We provide a lot of support. We're trying to encourage businesses to hone their technology, to build up on the customer service, which is so doggone important. But, we also say focus on our community, because what the heck is business if there's no community out there to support those businesses? So we're about community too, which is a big item for the chamber. The chamber is anxious to have as many people. There's strength in numbers. So when we speak with a really resounding voice. The chamber membership is, I understand there are 3,000 to 4,000 licensees in the port area, and excluding those in the other areas of Grand Bahama. And only about 10% of businesses are members of the chamber. So
well, then you've got your work cut out for you.
We need to get those numbers up.
Okay, so we need to just look right here in this camera and tell the business owners, small or large. We also need to let everyone from the length and breadth of Grand Bahama. If you are a business owner or considering to be a business owner, you need to get on board and register with the Chamber of Commerce. This is the official representation of businesses in Grand Bahama. This is not a Freeport Chamber. This is the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce. And so what that means, like he said, we're strength in numbers, and they are able to move mountains with your support. So I'm saying this on behalf of the chamber. Get on board. And
the chamber is here today, and you can register right at this event.
Okay, so there you have it. If you're not there, get on down here. There's parking out there. If not, you'll park on the side out there, but we want you in here today. All right. Thank you so much, James. We're going to go ahead and speak with our next guest, David Wallace. David Wallace.
It's such a pleasure to be with you this morning.
Now listen, David, I have like a list of questions for you.
Go ahead.
They told me I can't do that. I said, well, let me find out. But no, this is very important. I wanted to find out. A lot of people want to get into business. A lot of people have ideas, and they have their business plan or whatever. Your particular business is multifaceted. There's a lot of different moving parts with your business, but you're officially open. How long have you been in business?
Pirates Cove Zipline and Water Park opened in 2016.
2016.
Would have been around the 1st of June. We have been able to endure 3 hurricanes and the pandemic, but we are still strong. I have about 75 employees now at Pirates Cove. One of the
hold on, wait. Let me not. Let's not gloss over that. You have about 75 employees.
Yep, it's about 75 direct employees with Pirates Cove. We have about an additional 35 or 40 vendors who are at Pirates Cove that do not work directly for Pirates Cove, but who are benefactors of the operation of Pirates Cove. Presently, there are many activities that you can do out at the beach. And for me, I think the success for people to get into business, if you are unable to raise the capital, you should consider doing what we did, pool your resources. I think a powerful tool that Bahamians can do today is they can benefit by trusting one another and coming together and pooling our resources. And I think the Sunshine Boys started it over 50 years ago.
Right.
And we were happy to join them and show them how it can be done.
So you're bouncing off of exactly what Mr. Carey has said. We're strength in numbers.
Yes.
Now, as I listen to you talk about the employees, talking about the other contractors that are there at Pirates Cove, with all that you had to do, I'm sure there was, a myriad of things you had to do for the Grand Bahama Port Authority to get approvals. How would you say your experience was establishing your license and getting yourself up and running to be able to do all that you do out at Pirates Cove?
Well, initially when we talked about putting a zip line in the Bahamas, we wanted to put it into Nassau first. And we had applied to the government.
How dare you?
For 4 years, we were waiting on approval from the government to put a zip line in Nassau. Never got the approval. When the Grand Bahama Port Authority realized that we had the funding, we had raised the $1.3 million, and we made an application to the Port Authority. Within 2 weeks, we had approval for a license, and we had a lease on 7.43 acres of land for 30 years. someone asked me one day, what's going to happen after 30 years? I said, I'll be dead and gone. That'll be somebody else's problem. But the reality is, for us, doing business with the Grand Bahama Port Authority has been very easy. And whenever you are challenged with some difficulties like the hurricane or like the pandemic, you are able to go to them and they're able to work with you to ease some payment or to ease some finances, including our license fees. There were times where we could have applied to the port to get 50% of our license fees. And so the benefit of doing business in Freeport, and I think the time is right. And I think people have to take this investment, the investment of tourism, very seriously now. I know they've been talking about it for 12 years.
Right.
But, you know, presently Carnival Cruise Line calls on Freeport about 13 to 15 times per month.
Right.
With about 350 to 400,000 passengers. Carnival is saying that in 2025, June of 2025,
that's right,
they will be calling on Freeport 40 times per month with about 2.5 million passengers. I think we have to take that seriously.
40 times a month. There's only 30 days in a month.
Absolutely.
Sometimes 31. 40 times a month. That means some days you're going to have 2 ships. And I think Mr. Wallace, you know, was very clear. Let's take this business of tourism very seriously. And that's one of the reasons why this expo is going on here today. Gentlemen, I want to thank you so very much for taking the time away from the expo floor to come and share your thoughts with us and answering my questions. And I hope that I'm going to have you back on the table again. You're going to talk about more businesses and the businesses that have signed up here today. And you're going to kind of tell us about the advancement that Pirates Cove is doing in the tourism industry.
We'll be happy to.
All right, thank you so much,
Thanks
gentlemen.
for having me.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take a look back now on the expo floor and see what's happening there, and we'll be right back.
The significance of today is that we are bringing opportunities to Grand Bahamians. For so long, Bahamians have been standing on the sidelines, not really being true participants in their economy. They've been employees, but now we're giving them opportunities to become employers, to become entrepreneurs, to benefit from the transformation that's actually coming to Freeport. And so we have a number of international companies here. We have a number of national or local companies here providing products and services that local Grand Bahamians can take advantage of in terms of setting up their own business, getting new ideas, new business concepts, making connections for funding, having access to capital. So today is bringing all of the critical stakeholders together so that Grand Bahamians can be empowered, one, to think from an entrepreneurial mindset, but then secondly, to be able to find out how they can gain access to funding to bring some of their ideas, their visions, their thoughts, and their dreams to fruition.
The Freeport, the reawakened, the reimagined, the rebirth, the Renaissance capital of the Bahamas. Over $1.5 billion in investments. Marinas, cruise ports, downtown revitalization, residential developments. We're putting the city on the map. Want to know more? Just log on. Your future is only a click away.
Our city by reporting non-emergency issues in their neighborhoods, all through the convenience of an easy-to-use and free mobile app. You can instantly report issues from within the GVPA areas, quickly map issues you see on the street, answer a few questions, provide detailed descriptions, photos, and videos right from your device. Whether it's your neighbor or the responsible department within GVPA, those who need to know will receive an instant alert of issues reported. You can also comment on issues, vote them up, and share issues on Facebook and other social media sites to get even more involved. You can report matters such as illegal dumping, unpermitted construction activity, damaged water meters, and a host of other issues that may affect your neighborhood and the city at large. We all want to make our city comfortable and issue-free, and now there's an app just for that. Keeping our city well-managed and beautiful just got a little bit easier. All you have to do is see, click, and fix with Freeport Report. Download the Freeport Report app today. Available for free in Google Play and the Apple App Store.
You're thinking about starting a business or looking to expand and grow an existing business, the Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau can help. We are your complete business resource center, offering a one-stop shop service to aspiring entrepreneurs and existing business owners. Did you know that most startup businesses fail within the first 3 to 5 years as a result of poor planning, insufficient funding, and lack of basic business management skills and training? The Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau offers a wealth of resources, information, and support to help entrepreneurs avoid costly mistakes, make wise choices, and plan effectively for a successful business venture. Why risk becoming a statistic? Helping entrepreneurs realize their goals of successful business ownership while working with existing businesses to remain competitive and profitable is what we do. Visit or call us today for more information on how the Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau can help you. Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau, empowering licensees.
Welcome to Freeport, the reawakened, the reimagined, the rebirth, the Renaissance capital of the Bahamas. Over $1.5 billion in investments. Marinas, cruise ports, downtown revitalization, residential developments. We're putting the city on the map. Want to know more? Just log on. Your future is only a click away.
Welcome back to Focus Forward, Grand Bahama's best talk show, the place where you find out what is going on in the city of Freeport every day, all day. Also the place that gives you the information to talk to the business owners, the investors. We give you the tea that's going on here. But we are excited to say that we are on site at Freeport Business Expo, the tourism edition. So we have the Minister of Grand Bahama, we have the CEO and the President of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and most importantly, we have exhibitors who feel that Grand Bahama is the place to be. And I have 2 other business owners on the table with me today, and they're coming to talk about what they're doing and why this event is important to them. First off, I have Mr. Barry Smith from Paradise Cove down at Deadman's Reef, correct? Deadman's Reef. Let me tell you something. If you have not been there, you are missing out on one of the gems here on Grand Bahama. Good morning, Barry. How are you?
I'm good, Alex. Good morning to you as well.
Awesome, awesome. Now, we also have a new person to our table. Now, we know Barry from around the city of Grand Bahama, but now we have a new person, and his name is Patrick Lahee.
Correct.
Patrick, I almost want to go, Lahee! Patrick is from Triton Submarines.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Alex, thank you very much. Alex, thank you very much for having me here. I'm delighted to be here. Yeah, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Triton Submarines based in Sebastian, Florida.
That is awesome. All right, guys. So we are going to talk a little bit to them. We know they want to get back inside the expo, so we're not going to keep them too long. But, you know, I got to get a little information from them. So, Barry, just to get us started very quickly, tell us what exactly goes on at Paradise Cove.
Well, Paradise Cove, we are pretty much a nature-based operation. We have rooms that you can rent, and you have villas that are right on the beach, so you can experience a beautiful, like you said, of Grand Bahama. We do snorkeling, kayaking, paddleboarding. We also have food and drinks, and we also host events. So we do a lot of different things, but they're all pretty much nature-based. So when you come to Paradise Cove, you're really going to get a true feel of what Grand Bahama has to offer on the natural side.
On the natural side. So now I know people are always thinking about, okay, all of these events that we do are for the city of Freeport. So tell me, in your opinion, what does this expo and the investment coming to Grand Bahama mean for the wider Grand Bahama community in the tourism sector?
Well, I think it's very good because I've been in business for over 30 years, and Paradise Cove has been in existence for 30 years.
Okay, let's pause right there and say thank you for not giving up. We know how things have been up and down, and congratulations for 30 years in business in Grand Bahama.
Yes, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. But I look at this as kind of a rebirth.
Okay.
Because believe it or not, when you look at the history of Grand Bahama and history of Freeport in general, even 30 years ago, I was doing quite well with a lot of, you had the Princess, you had a lot of hotels that were open, and there was a lot of investments coming in. And I came to this event today because I'm looking at it as a rebirth of Freeport to get things that are newer, but also have the same availability as we had 30 years ago, 20 years ago, when it was booming. So this is a good time for me to come and look at new ways to invigorate Grand Bahama.
That's what I'm talking about. So it's important that we think about what these business owners are doing. They're just not here and sitting down. In order to stay in business for 30 years, you have to constantly either reinvent yourself, you have to pivot, you have to add more things to your business offerings. And so, Barry, we want to thank you for that and being here today. And you can't leave just yet. I may have something else to ask you, but we'll see.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes,
so now I want to come up over here to Patrick. Patrick, now people are probably thinking submarine. I'm already thinking, okay, submarine. Give me a little bit about what you do.
Okay, so Triton Submarines is a company that's been principally focused on building and putting subs on people's private motor yachts. And those yachts essentially travel around the world and explore the ocean. And, you know, the guests who are lucky enough to be on those yachts get to experience what it's like to see the ocean from the perspective of a sub, where you're in one atmosphere, it's quiet, it's comfortable, it's air conditioned, you can have a normal conversation. But there's an interesting kind of resurgence of interest in the idea of people seeing the ocean from the perspective of a sub on things like cruise ships. We just delivered a sub to a Scenic. This is a submarine that carries 8 people and a pilot and dives to 200 meters, or about 650 feet. We actually tested it right here in Freeport back in February. And as we were diving out there, I was just struck by how beautiful the diving is. We do all of our testing here in the Bahamas because it's some of the most beautiful diving on Earth. And I think oftentimes people don't realize how magnificent it is to, you know, put your head below the surface and see what the ocean looks like from the underwater perspective.
All right, so Patrick, I'm putting my hand up right here. I'm here when you're testing again. I'll go ahead and be the next person down in the submarine, because just listening to you say you're going in, you're sitting down, you're comfortable.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about whether to hold your breath, not hold your breath, breathe, not breathe, like when you're snorkeling. Exactly. You know, you're not in a wetsuit, but I'm sitting comfortably and I can enjoy the beauty of what the ocean has to offer.
That is correct. And you're sitting inside. In most cases, our vehicles have completely transparent pressure boundaries made of acrylic, which is a wonderful material because acrylic and water have almost the same refractive index. So when you submerge in a sub with an acrylic hull, it's like the hull vanishes. And it's like there's nothing between you and this extraordinary world that you're lucky enough to go and visit. And so I think it's really powerful. It's emotional. It's compelling. And if you weren't an ocean advocate before, when you dive in a sub, when you dive in a human-occupied vehicle, you will become one.
Okay, I'm ready to take off the mic, and I'm ready to just let's go. When's the next test run? I'm ready to get in there. Now, you're here in Grand Bahama. Why was it important for you to be a part of this expo?
Well, because I think it's inescapable. You know, Freeport is about to undergo a massive change, and it's a very exciting time to start looking at the type of changes and how those are going to affect the country and this location. So you're going to have this this sudden influx of 5 to 6 million people coming in by ship looking for interesting, exciting, compelling activities to fill their day. This is the type of activity I think that you want to showcase, because to me, the most beautiful part of the Bahamas is the part that lies below the surface, and most people never have the good fortune to see it. So this is a great way for people to do it in comfort and safety, and without any of the sort of drama that you would have in traditional ways of diving, which become a little bit more difficult for some people.
I think it's wonderful that I have you both on the set at the same time. So this is traditional because you do snorkeling and they can go and see the turtles and all those kind of things. Because there are some people like me that really do, I love the ocean. Yeah. And so I want to get into the ocean all the time. I want to feel the water. I want to taste the salt. I want to feel the salt air. And then there's people that don't want to get their hair wet, that are not the strongest swimmers, that are afraid of what's in the ocean, and they have an opportunity to experience the same thing through your business. All right, now Barry, like I said, I wanted to ask you one more question. All right, what would you say to the entrepreneurs out there who are considering getting into business, and keeping in mind that we have 5 million tourists that are going to be coming to our shores yearly once these 2 port expansions have been completed?
Well, I think that's a good question, and I want to encourage all the entrepreneurs. Firstly, you have to look at my history. I've been 30 years, but when I started small. So you don't have to have a grand, big idea to start with millions of dollars. You can start with something very small, just a unique thing, even, a conch stand, or just a little boat to go out fishing and things like that. Once you're able to get that niche market and you're able to just get yourself in the door, the business will come. You just have to be ready for the service. You have to be ready with consistency, and you got to be ready with determination.
Great
and once
advice.
you do those three things, and you're consistent and you're determined, eventually it will come and flourish. And before you know it, you can start with one small boat, one small conch stand, one whatever it is that you want to do. There are a lot of ideas that I don't even know that people have in their head.
Right.
But it's an idea that if you have a vision, it can become accomplished. And you have to start small and be consistent. And like you said, with all these 5 million people, just look at 0.5% of 5 million, you're going to make a lot of money.
You will.
You get 5, 6, 10 people a day, and believe it or not, that grows and grows and grows. I started my business, I was getting like 15 people a day.
Right.
And now some days I get 300.
That is awesome.
That's just the way it is. Okay. But you got to be determined, you got to stay with it.
That's it. Patrick, you wanted to contribute something?
No, I think it's both a very exciting time and also quite a daunting challenge when you think about this influx of people and how you're going to cater to such a large number. It's a fantastic opportunity for any local business to consider how they might expand their existing business or create a new opportunity.
And jump into this market.
Yeah, you're gonna have all these guests that are coming in and they're looking for exciting and interesting activities and anything that you can think of.
Any idea you can think of. I think this is a great point to put in there that the Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau is there to help you if you have a business. You come to them, you give them your idea, they will hold your hand and offer you a white glove service to bring your idea to fruition. Because like Barry said, just 0.5% of that 5 million people is enough to fill our coffers. There's so much opportunity out there. No idea is too small. No idea is ridiculous. We just need to fine-tune it. So thank you once again, gentlemen, for your contribution, and you can enjoy the rest of the expo.
Thank you, Alex.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I really appreciate the opportunity.
All right, guys. Like I said, we're going to hit you right back to the expo floor, and right after that, we'll have more guests on the table sharing what's happening here in Grand Bahama at Freeport Business Expo, the tourism edition.
We are not afraid to be the first at implementing a new idea or a new process. Today, I would like to challenge you to ignite that pioneering spirit within you as you walk the expo floor. Why couldn't Grand Bahama have the first catch and eat restaurant where patrons would be able to catch their meal in this restaurant or be entertained by watching the excitement of a guest catching their first fish in life? Why couldn't Grand Bahama have the first self-guided GPS EV tour, where the GPS takes guests to all the best sites, recommends restaurants, cracks jokes, and tells the stories that bring a destination to life? Why couldn't Grand Bahama have the first guided water bike tours through the ecosystem wonderland of Gold Rock Creek, followed by soaking your problems away session in the waters of the award-winning Gold Rock Beach? Why couldn't Grand Bahama be the first to have self-service kiosks for paddle boards, kayaks, chair rentals placed in strategic places where a customer can use a smart device to access beach chairs and kayaks at their convenience? Why couldn't Grand Bahama be the first to introduce a guided fishing and canal tour on a customized watercraft, namely the Hyperglider, that anyone can drive? Now everyone of legal driving age can be a captain. Why couldn't Grand Bahama be the first to introduce an underwater sea trek museum tour, where our guests take an amazing walk underwater and come face to face with our friendly marine life while getting a history lesson? Most of these products that I mentioned above can be found on the expo floor. Take advantage of this opportunity. I am definitely excited about this time that we are in. It is Grand Bahama's turnaround season. This is the time to dream big and set strategic goals to accompany your dreams. because a dream without a strategy is only a dream. May God continue to bless Grand Bahama and by extension, the Bahamas. Thank you very much.
The Freeport, the reawakened, the reimagined, the rebirth, the Renaissance capital of the Bahamas. Over $1.5 billion in investments. Marinas, cruise ports, downtown revitalization, residential developments. We're putting the city on the map. Want to know more? Just log on. Your future is only a click away.
Our city by reporting non-emergency issues in the neighborhoods, all through the convenience of an easy-to-use and free mobile app. You can instantly report issues from within the GVPA areas, quickly map issues you see on the street, answer a few questions, provide detailed descriptions, photos, and videos right from your device. Whether it's your neighbor or the responsible department within GVPA, those who need to know will receive an instant alert of issues reported. You can also comment on issues, vote them up, and share issues on Facebook and other social media sites to get even more involved. You can report matters such as illegal dumping, unpermitted construction activity, damaged water meters, and a host of other issues that may affect your neighborhood and the city at large. We all want to make our city comfortable and issue-free, and now there's an app just for that. Keeping our city well-managed and beautiful just got a little bit easier. All you have to do is see, click, and fix with Freeport Report. Download the Freeport Report app today. Available for free in Google Play and the Apple App Store.
You're thinking about starting a business or looking to expand and grow an existing business, the Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau can help. We are your complete business resource center, offering a one-stop shop service to aspiring entrepreneurs and existing business owners. Did you know that most startup businesses fail within the first 3 to 5 years as a result of poor planning, insufficient funding, and lack of basic business management skills and training? The Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau offers a wealth of resources, information, and support to help entrepreneurs avoid costly mistakes, make wise choices, and plan effectively for a successful business venture. Why risk becoming a statistic? Helping entrepreneurs realize their goals of successful business ownership while working with existing businesses to remain competitive and profitable is what we do. Visit or call us today for more information on how the Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau can help you. Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau, empowering licensees.
Welcome to Freeport, the reawakened, the reimagined, the rebirth, the Renaissance capital of the Bahamas. Over $1.5 billion in investments. Marinas, cruise ports, downtown revitalization, residential developments. We're putting the city on the map. Want to know more? Just log on. Your future is only a click away.
Back to Grand Bahama's Best Talk Show, Focus Forward, and we are still out here at the Freeport Business Expo, the tourism edition. And of course, I told you we are talking to the movers and shakers that are here today, the people that want to be here, the people that are exhibiting, and as well, most importantly, those who feel that this is the most important event so far for this first quarter of the year. Right now with me, we have the Minister of Grand Bahama, Mrs. Ginger Moxie, and she is sitting right here at the table. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am fantastic. Now listen, we want to know, this is a major event here in Grand Bahama for all the businesses here. Why was it important for the government to be here today?
Well, you know, the government actually started some expos earlier this year. Grand Bahama is on the move, and we want to ensure that our people are able to take advantage of the opportunities that are here. So we held one in West Grand Bahama earlier, and then we had one in Freeport. And so for the Port Authority, to now do this, to bring in those who are in the tourism space, I think it's a great thing for the people of Grand Bahama Island. As we've said, there's over $2 billion of investments that is happening, and we want our people to be lifted while the economy grows. And so opportunities like this will help the people in our community.
I think that's a great thing. And also we have to, what this does too is for the wider audience and as well as those investors looking, that the government and the Port Authority is always working together for the betterment of this island.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the mandate of the Ministry for Grand Bahama is to liaise with the Grand Bahama Port Authority. I always remind people of that. And so we continue to partner and collaborate on business development opportunities, for the island, and to ensure that there are not just jobs that are created, but entrepreneurial opportunities. And from all that is going on, we try to ensure that our people are able to take advantage of all these opportunities that are coming.
Okay, now I was listening to you this morning, and I know you have to go, but just very quickly, I know that you mentioned that you're looking at the reopening of the West Sunrise Highway. Just real quickly, why is that important?
For me personally, growing up, that was the spot. That was where everything happened. That's when the International Bazaar was booming. That's where John Canoe was held in that area. Right. The road races. Right. I think we had Grand Prix back in the day. Yes. And so it was a lively area. And I think when that road was closed, for many Bahamians, they believed that it cut off access to that area, access to the bazaar. They believed that businesses went on the decline, and then we had so much other things that happened after that, the hurricanes, the fires. And so that opening means so much to so many people, but it also gives that direct access to the harbor area from the Lukaya area. And so that's a big deal for many people. You heard the chairs that went off.
Yes.
So people are excited about that, but also what's going to happen in that area. And so we have some amazing plans on the drawing board with that. And I'll share a bit of that later.
You know what? If you were here, you would have heard.
A little.
So it's important to take part in these events. Minister, thank you so much for coming out with us today. And just before you leave, one last question. You were on the floor already. How do you feel walking through that floor with the exhibitors today?
It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling that Grand Bahamians, residents are able to see the opportunities. They're able to see the possibilities, because, like I said, there, you have some of those vehicles and vessels that, and cars that are on the floor. It looks like you're in foreign, as we normally say. And so it's great to see that. It's great to see the work that's been put into it, and it's great to see collaboration, because what you also have there are many government agencies that are involved. You have the Customs Department, you have the Small Business Development Center, the Tourism Development Corporation, you have the Ministry of Tourism, and of course the Ministry for Grand Bahama is always there.
Of course.
So it's great to see that type of collaboration, because we have to work together in order to make things happen, and I believe that's what we've been doing. That's why we created the CoLab unit in the Ministry for Grand Bahama to partner with NGOs, businesses, other government agencies, and the community at large to assist with the basic needs of residents and for the growth and development of Grand Bahama Island. I believe the Port Authority mission kind of falls along that line. But bettering the lives of individuals. And so I'm happy to be here, happy to be a part of something that is going to help our people to, flesh out some of those ideas. They're going to see opportunities, and because of what is happening with the Carnival Cruise Line, $600 million investment with the Royal Caribbean and MSC and ITM in the harbor, that development, with what we're doing with this Afro-Caribbean marketplace that's going to be developed. There are going to be so many opportunities in the tourism space and in other areas, and for our people to be able to take advantage of.
Oh, listen, you're getting me excited
Empowered
now.
people.
Empowered people is building this economy.
Lives.
Minister, thank you so much for joining us. What we're going to do is we're going to cut away right quick, because I want you to take a look at some of these exhibitors inside that hall. Like she said, this is a world-class expo going on on here. This is not, we're in a small community, but we are putting forward world-class opportunities. So we were going to take a look at the exhibition hall, and then we'll be right back with our other guest.
The Freeport, the reawakened, the reimagined, the rebirth, the Renaissance capital of the Bahamas. Over $1.5 billion in investments. Marinas, cruise ports, downtown revitalization, residential developments. We're putting the city on the map. Want to know more? Just log on. Your future is only a click away.
Our city by reporting non-emergency issues in the neighborhoods, all through the convenience of an easy-to-use and free mobile app. You can instantly report issues from within the GVPA areas, quickly map issues you see on the street, answer a few questions, provide detailed descriptions, photos, and videos right from your device. Whether it's your neighbor or the responsible department within GVPA, those who need to know will receive an instant alert of issues reported. You can also comment on issues, vote them up, and share issues on Facebook and other social media sites to get even more involved. You can report matters such as illegal dumping, unpermitted construction activity, damaged water meters, and a host of other issues that may affect your neighborhood and the city at large. We all want to make our city comfortable and issue-free, and now there's an app just for that. Keeping our city well-managed and beautiful just got a little bit easier. All you have to do is see, click, and fix with Freeport Report. Download the Freeport Report app today. Available for free in Google Play and the Apple App Store.
You're thinking about starting a business or looking to expand and grow an existing business, the Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau can help. We are your complete business resource center, offering a one-stop shop service to aspiring entrepreneurs and existing business owners. Did you know that most startup businesses fail within the first 3 to 5 years as a result of poor planning, insufficient funding, and lack of basic business management skills and training? The Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau offers a wealth of resources, information, and support to help entrepreneurs avoid costly mistakes, make wise choices, and plan effectively for a successful business venture. Why risk becoming a statistic? Helping entrepreneurs realize their goals of successful business ownership while working with existing businesses to remain competitive and profitable is what we do. Visit or call us today for more information on how the Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau can help you. Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau, empowering licensees.
Welcome to Freeport, the reawakened, the reimagined, the rebirth, the Renaissance capital of the Bahamas. Over $1.5 billion in investments. Marinas, cruise ports, downtown revitalization, residential developments. We're putting the city on the map. Want to know more? Just log on. Your future is only a click away.
All right, so you had an opportunity to take a look at the world-class exhibitions that's going on here at the Grand Locayan Resort. This is the Freeport Business Expo Tourism Edition, and the team for this event has done an amazing job of organizing this event. Now, of course, like I told you, I am bringing the people that you want to hear from on this show today here on Focus Forward, and we're going to get started with Rupert Hayward. I'm telling you all about it. We're a lot of stuff going on, guys, in here, so, you know, just bear with us because we are live and we are here and everything happening. So we're gonna, on the side of me here, I have Rupert Hayward. He is the founder of Blue Action Lab and the executive director at the GBPA. We also have Ian Roll, the president of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and we also have with us Mr. Derek Newbold, who is the chief investment officer at the Grand Bahama Port Authority. I like to call him the money man, so he knows that, but he's sitting a little far from me today. So good morning, gentlemen. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Good morning.
Awesome. Okay, so Rupert, I want to talk to you a little bit about your business. People kind of want to know, what is Blue Action Lab, and what do you do?
So I have a couple of hats. I'm an executive director
The hats
of
I'm
the...
looking at, where are they?
Which one you got?
Which one you wearing today?
But the Port Authority, obviously, I represent my family's interests here, and I'm an executive director and work closely with Ian and Derek in the team. And then the Blue Action Lab is actually it's a non-profit, Bahamian non-profit, which was set up in 2019 after Hurricane Dorian.
Can I be nosy and ask? That's
Yes.
a Grand Bahamian non-profit?
It is a Grand Bahamian
Okay, just
non-profit.
making
Thank
sure.
you very much.
I may have had
It's
to
a
push
good
you off the
distinction to
table.
have. And it was set up really to leverage the benefits that we have here in Freeport. We have this regulatory environment, we have all of these incredible businesses in the maritime sector, we have this natural capital, we've got our reefs, we've got our mangroves, we've got these canal systems that we have, and the idea is to use those characteristics, those benefits, to accelerate blue and green technologies that can help us build a resilient future for Grand Bahama and by extension the Bahamas. And the first company we brought down was Coral Vita, which, with the help of the Port Authority and working hand in glove with the government of the Bahamas, we got them the permits they required, we gave them contracts, both the government and the Port Authority, to commercialize their operation within a year. And then they won the Earthshot Prize, which is the most prestigious environmental prize in the world, with Prince William and with David Attenborough. And now they have multi-million contracts around the world. So that model we wanted to amplify and accelerate. And of course, here in Grand Bahama, we have the largest coral farm, coral restoration business in the world, employing, tens of Bahamians who have a whole new cadre of jobs and skills that
Let me just
weren't...
put a pin right there.
Right there, yeah.
Right, let me put a pin right there, because I don't want our audience to miss that. We have the largest
on-land coral farm
in the
world.
Did you hear him? He said the world. We didn't say the Bahamas. We didn't say North America or the Caribbean. We said the world right here in Grand Bahama. And I think it's also important to note that Earthshot Prize was valued at?
They got £1 million, so $1.4 million. Yeah. And that came right back into Grand Bahama. They built and extended the farm. As I said, there's tens of Bahamians now employed there in jobs that weren't available before they came in the blue economy. And we use that buzzword a lot.
Yes.
Blue economy, you hear everyone wants to grow the blue economy, the green economy. Well, in Grand Bahama, we're actually doing it. We have the launch of our Conch Mariculture Center now down at Conservation Cove, which is this new project we've launched. It'll become a tourism hub. It already is a tourism hub. You can go and touch and feel and look at these different initiatives. So it's building on the good work that Derek and Ian have done today. And I don't want to lose sight of this, world class. And I always say, we need to create world-class organizations, Bahamian organizations that are world-class. And what we're doing today is marrying the best that we have in the world, all these great tourism opportunities, bringing them to the Bahamas, and then helping and facilitating Bahamian ownership in those particular businesses. So we're growing our own, not just employment base, but ownership base here in the Bahamas.
I feel the passion. I feel it exuding. I mean, I can tell you right now, he's talking passionately about this. Now, Ian, I was told that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into getting this event. I was looking for the bandages and whatever the case may be. So tell me, why was it important to ensure that this Freeport Business Expo Tourism Edition came off now and today?
Well, first of all, I believe in empowering our people. And we at the Grand Bahama Port Authority, we travel quite a bit, going to various trade shows like IAPA, Sea Trade, etc. And sometimes people wonder why these people are moving about so much. Today represents why we are moving around so much. We have formed relationships with very strategic people in various industries. This particular expo is relating to tourism. And as you know, we have a significant amount of activity that will be happening in the tourism sector over the next 3 years. And I wanted Bahamians to get in the front of what's going to happen. We don't have enough capacity in regards to tourism-related offerings at this moment to meet the demand that's coming. And today, it's very important for us to do it at this time. One, Carnival also has a proposal out there that ends June 1st. So it's very important for us to push the button to cause this thing to happen at the beginning of May, to give Bahamians an opportunity to see unique ideas, things that do not exist probably anywhere else in the Bahamas. They are seeing here today in that room. And for them to take those opportunities and put in their various proposals for the Carnival project and be ready for the other projects that's going to come.
Well, I'm glad that you're proactive and not reactive.
Yes.
You're giving our people 30 days notice.
Yes, yes.
Come in here.
That's a lot. We only need a week.
Get inspired. You know, think outside of the box.
Yes.
And let us help you develop that. Now, Derek, I'm going to come to you because you're in charge of business. And, you know, we want to know why. Why should they get into business? Why in the tourism sector even? I mean, yeah, we're in the Bahamas, we're a resort, you know, we're tourism, but why? Is it important and beneficial, I guess, to bounce off of Ian? Why should our people be the ones in the front?
Yeah, well, you know, the tourism opportunities are low-lying fruit. You know, you heard it echoed by the Minister for Grand Bahama that we have more than $2 billion in investments currently taking place. Just to put that into context, about 75% of the investments taking place are tourism or maritime related. And so it just simply makes sense for local Grand Bahamians to take advantage of the opportunities that are coming. When you think of what Carnival is doing, Carnival, with their expansion, they're going to see some 4 million tourists or passengers coming through our shores here. When we couple that with what's planned for the harbor upgrades, we can see anywhere from 5.5 million to 6 million tourists coming here. We have a population of about 47,000 people. There's certainly a lot of room for opportunity here. When you start thinking of the product offerings like Ian mentioned, our product offerings are limited. There's going to be challenges when it comes to capacity building. There's going to be room for expansion, scalability. So we're trying to empower Grand Bahamians, especially to be able to take advantage of some of the opportunities coming with the economic transformation that the Port Authority has been so instrumental in bringing over the past year.
All right, so if we only have 47,000 people, and we have over 5 to 6 million people projected in a year, sounds like we need some more people here.
Definitely.
So how are we going to get them back? What are we going to do to say, you need to come home?
So I mean, one of my favorite phrases that I've been talking about for a while now is how we reverse the brain drain.
Okay.
You know, we have this exodus of people, not just from Grand Bahama, although obviously with storms and what we've had some relatively high unemployment over the last few years, people have left. And we need to provide different types of jobs for people too, so that high-skilled jobs are also available here. Tourism can provide high-skilled, and we can provide lower-skilled jobs as well. But I think this particular opportunity with 5.5 million tourists coming here doesn't just provide opportunities in the tourism space. You know, all Bahamian businesses are going to benefit. You're going to have a trickle-down effect, which benefits the retailers, the restaurant owners, obviously hospitality, tourism, car rentals. Like everything is going to benefit here. And so we, as I said, you know, I sit on the board of the shipyard. We've got $660 million investment coming. I'm on the board of the harbor company, and they are the partners with BPI redeveloping the harbor. We work daily with Carnival because we're in sort of partnership with them on in many ways in Celebration Key, helping them informally with all the stuff that they do. So, you know, we always talk about how are we going to be ready, not just in the direct tourism jobs, but in all the other things that happen. The water, you know, we need to make sure we have all the infrastructure capabilities for this wave of growth that is coming to Grand Bahama. So the key here is making sure that our people are ready, that we are training people, but giving them the skills. We're providing them with the capital that they need as well. And I note that we had some of the big financial institutions here today that are offering to provide loans and financial assistance to Bahamians who want to start new businesses. So they're not just working, but owning businesses in this space. So it's really exciting. And, you know, we've had difficult times over the course of the last 15 years. We are aware of that more than anyone else. You know, it's great to be standing here not talking about what we're going to do in the aftermath of a hurricane, right? Which we had to do, and people forget we've spent, 5 major storms in the last 15 years.
Yes.
And that is a huge amount of time, effort, and money that's spent. We don't pass any of those costs onto our customers. No one has to pay more money for hurricane cleanup. We cover those costs ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
It is great to be focusing our energies now on growth and opportunity, but we do recognize that it takes time
to rebound.
Well, for this to trickle down. So
right.
we're having all these great announcements, but I know that people on the streets are not feeling it yet. But I'm, not that we can ask Grand Bahamians to be patient, because they've been patient for a decade and a half, right? But it is going to happen. Take the opportunity, do your research. We need to work with the government here. It's absolutely critical so that we can help train people, give them the skills and the tools so the Grand Bahamians and Bahamians can take advantage of this huge opportunity that's coming.
Well, I think today's show has definitely showed us that collaboration is the watchword with the government, the Grand Bahama Port Authority, the business owners, all the stakeholders in Grand Bahama. And like you said, they've heard us say it over and over again, but we stand on the position that we have had hard times, but if we focus on the hard times, we can never celebrate the good times that we are experiencing now and what is to come. So I want to thank all of you gentlemen for being on the table today. We know that they want to get you back on the expo floor. We know that they want to hold you and grab you and talk to you, but we want to thank all of you for tuning in today. We're going to break away just towards the end, so you're able to see all the exhibitors that are there. You're able to see the lending institutions that are there. And let me tell you something. There's new businesses that are showcasing, that are considering coming to Grand Bahama, that already put in their application to the Port Authority. And so you want to either get on down here or you want to stay tuned. As soon as we close out, you'll see some footage right afterwards of what's happening out there. But we invite you to stay on the pulse what's happening here in Grand Bahama. Focus on what the positive things that's happening. And we invite you to put in your application. Think about what you want to do. Like we said, no idea, no dream is too small. And until next time, I'm Alex Thompson, inviting you to focus forward.
Invest the Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau to stay updated, and drop a business card at the Grand Bahama Port Authority receptionist desk to have your business featured on our show. Tune in next Thursday, same time, same place, for Focus Forward.